Alright, so on your sheet of paper, everyone should have a blank sheet of paper out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a person. Now, my person's not going to be great, and I have pretty good self-esteem, so I will draw in front of you. However, do not make fun of me too bad, because it does hurt my feelings. I'm clearly not an athlete. Ooh, got a bit of a peg leg. Ooh, oh wow. Wow. Not good. All right, here we go. So there's my person. All right, the first thing that we need to identify is our central nervous system. Now, what's the abbreviation for central nervous system? CNS. Okay, you need to know it by both, be able to pick it up. Now, your CNS contain both the brain and spinal cord. That is it. Now, your brain and your spinal cord are the only parts that are inside the central nervous system. Now, when we talk about the central nervous system, we're primarily talking about interneurons. Now, when we talk about neurons, we have 3 different types of neurons. Interneurons happens to be the first one. These are located inside your CNS, or your central nervous system. All right, so located inside your central nervous system, they process information in the spinal cord and in the brain. They send motor neurons and process sensory neurons. Okay, so my central nervous system, I have a highlighter at my disposal, so I'm going to use it, are going to be located here. Here's my brain. If you don't have one, it's fine. You're going to live a long and healthy, successful life. But I happen to have one, so I'm going to use it. Okay? So this is your central nervous system. It is just your brain and your spinal cord. Okay? Your next major system is your peripheral nervous system. It's your peripheral nervous system, also known as the PNS. Yes, it's your PNS. Okay, it is everything except your spinal cord and brain. Parentheses, arms, legs, and fingers. Okay, I happen to have a marker near me, so I'm going to use it. So, your PNS, or your peripheral nervous system, is everything outside your central nervous system. So I'm just going to quickly color my little guy in green. It is everything outside of your central nervous system. Okay? So, everyone's clear on these 2 sections, yes? Peripheral and central. Everyone's good? Because you're only going to make it more complicated. Inside your peripheral nervous system, I'm going to underline it with my green so you know what I'm labeling. Perfect. Okay? Inside your peripheral nervous system, you have 2 types of neurons that are being used here. The first one is sensory neurons. Now, sensory neurons, and this is a key term, afferent, A-F-F-E-R-E-N-T. Please underline the A. Afferent. These are located in your peripheral nervous system. That send information about the body to your central nervous system, or CNS. They receive and send info about sensation. Okay? So, sensory neurons. So say I decided to kick Mia in the shins. Okay? So I'm going to kick her right in the shins. What's going to happen? Her sensory neurons that are located in her peripheral nervous system are going to be like, holy crap, we just got kicked in the shins. That information is going to travel up her peripheral nervous system onto her spine. Once it hits the spine, it's like a super highway. It's a super highway that moves your neural impulses at a much faster rate than anywhere else in your body. So as soon as it hits your spinal cord, it's like bam, straight to the brain. So her sensory neurons are taking the information like, oh my God, we just got kicked. They're sending it all the way up to the brain to be processed. It goes through your spinal cord and gets to your brain. Everyone's clear on that? So anytime like someone pinches you, that is your sensory neurons or your afferent neurons sending the message to your brain. Holy crap, we just got pinched. Okay? So anytime your brain feels anything or knows something's around them, like something drops in, all that stuff is from your sensory neurons. Now, your next major ones are your motor neurons. Now, your motor neurons, this is why we underline the A, are known as efferent. E-F-F-E-R-E-N-T. Isn't that lovely? Your efferent neurons are sent by interneurons to your muscles. Motor neurons control all voluntary muscle movement. Okay, so I kick Mia in the shins. All of a sudden, the sensory neurons send the information up her spinal cord all the way up to her brain. Once they're in her brain, what is being worked on here? What are neurons processing this information? Huh? What neurons are processing in her brain? Interneurons are processing here. So Mia's brain's like, holy crap, Miss Bennett just kicked us in the shins. We're going to teach her a lesson. So her interneurons are then going to send motor neurons down to her fist, and Mia's going to punch me in the face. Okay? What neurons are going to actually punch me in the face? Motor or efferent neurons. Afferent, A before E. A before E. Okay, sensory, then motor. Okay, so the message has to get all the way up your leg, hits your spine, gets processed. So your sensory neurons, your afferent neurons are going to send the message. The interneurons are going to process it and be like, holy crap, Miss Bennett just kicked us in the shin. Oh, we're going to teach her a lesson. Then the motor neurons or the efferent neurons are going to go down to her fist, and then she's going to punch me in the face. Okay? So, sensory or afferent neurons, then your efferent neurons. Anytime, like right now you're writing, what neurons are you using? Also known as efferent. Everyone's clear on the difference between sensory and motor neurons? Afferent and efferent. A before E. The message has to get to your brain before you can respond. Okay? Alright, your next one is reflexes. Now, reflexes are hardwired responses by your spinal cord. This allows your body to react much faster. With motor neurons. Okay. When you go to the doctor, how do they test your reflexes? What do they do? Skylar. Yeah, they hit your knee. Okay, so if you go to the doctor, they have you sit on a table, okay, where your feet are dangling, and that's the key, and they hit underneath your knee. It's hard to do it to yourself, but if someone else does it, okay, the reason is because you have a reflex right here. What it is, a reflex, so if I hit it perfectly, which every once in a while I do, okay, it goes straight to your spinal cord. So the moment I hit my knee, it goes all the way up my leg and hits my spinal cord. Since it's a reflex, the spinal cord does not send the message to my brain, it responds immediately. So instead of having the neural transmission of going all the way up my spinal cord to my brain's like, oh my God, we just got hit. Let's move the foot. Okay, it responds immediately. So it goes from here to here, back down. Much faster, would we agree? There's no actual thinking involved because your brain's not involved. That's why when they do it, you don't think about it, it just happens because your brain is not included at all. It is a defense mechanism. Think about it back in the cave days, okay? Could you have survived if you didn't have a leg? No, you wouldn't be able to hunt, you wouldn't be able to run for your life from a bear, you would die very quickly. So we have reflexes all over our body to help us protect ourselves. So if something hits you below your knee, your leg needs to be able to move away quickly without you thinking about it so you can protect your leg from being eaten by an alligator or something, correct? Okay, so reflexes are there to protect ourselves. They are hardwired immediately into our spinal cord. That way our brain doesn't have to think about it, which makes it safer for us. Everyone understand a reflex? Okay. All right, to the boards, quick. On your whiteboard, please tell me what are the two major parts of the central nervous system, please. Central nervous system, what are the two major parts? Central nervous system, what are the two major parts of the nervous system? Good. What are they? What are they, Sophia?
Brain and spinal cord.
Brain and spinal cord. On your whiteboard, please tell me what type of neurons are located in your brain and in your spinal cord. Because we're going to make this much more complicated here in a second, by the way. Good. What is it, Noah? Interneurons. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the fancy term for sensory neurons? Sensory neurons. What's a fancy term? Good. Good. What is it? What is it, Anna? Afferent. A before E on your whiteboard. Please tell me. What is the fancy term for motor neurons? What is the fancy term for motor neurons? Good. What are they, Chris? Efferent neurons. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is, please tell me, when you have a reflex, it's hardwired directly to your what? When you have a reflex, it's directly hardwired to your what, Hannah? Spine. On your whiteboard, right now, I'm going to hit Sarah's water off the table. What neurons did I use? Give me those two names for them, please. Make sure it was close, by the way. Good, good. Where are they, Valeria? Motor and efferent. Okay, I just kicked Tyrese in the shin. All of a sudden, he's got pain. What neurons are being used and being sent to his brain? What two names for him? Good, good. Come on, come on, come on. Brittany, what is it? Sensory and afferent. On your whiteboard, please tell me. Please tell me. No, I don't have time. Just kidding. Okay, here we go. Okay, so everyone's okay on your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system, correct? We have a grasp of all of our neurons, yes? Okay, we're going to make it more confusing. All right, so I would grab a separate sheet or the back of a sheet or something. Grab the back. You're going to need it. Okay, so we're going to write the title of the nervous system. Now, the nervous system has two major components. The first one is your central nervous system. Also known as the CNS. Okay. Now, your central nervous system is broken down into two parts. What is it? Brain and spinal cord. Now, both of these use what type of neurons? Interneurons. Interneurons. Oops, sorry. Okay, that's not the tricky part. Everyone understands exactly how we got all that, yes? Perfect. All right, so the other side is going to be where things get a little bit harder. So the other side is your peripheral nervous system. Your peripheral nervous system, also known as the PNS. Okay, now your peripheral nervous system, it transmits info from the central nervous system to and from the central nervous system to the rest of the body. Okay, so that's pretty much everything we just covered a few seconds ago. Can we agree? All right, now the peripheral nervous system then breaks down into two separate sections. So from the peripheral nervous system, you have something called the autonomic. The autonomic nervous system. So here's first breakdown is the autonomic nervous system. These are all coming from your peripheral, by the way. This automatically regulates glands, internal organs, digestion, and blood pressure. Okay? How I always remember it, automatic. Okay? Done without thinking. Okay? So it is the autonomic, but a better way to think about it would be automatic. I'm going to highlight that because I can. You don't have to, but if you can, sure. Okay, how I'd remember it is autonomic is automatic. Like, for instance, you guys just finished lunch a little bit ago. Can you agree? Yes? Are you sitting here say, digest, 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 digest. Okay, big breath in, big breath out. Are you sitting there thinking that stuff? No. Guess what's dealing with it? Your autonomic. It's done without thinking. It's done automatically for you, your autonomic system. Okay, your other major system is your somatic system. Somatic system also falls under somatic nervous system, also falls under your peripheral. Okay, and this carries sensory information and controls the movement of muscles. Okay? How I always remember this is I move by choice. Okay? So anytime you do something because you want to do it, like right now, I'm picking up this highlighter and highlighting this because I want to do it to make it clear. Okay? That is my somatic nervous system is doing it. Right now, my autonomic system is digesting my lunch. My somatic nervous system is writing and highlighting things because I want it to. Everyone sees the difference between the two. We understand the difference between central and peripheral, correct? We understand that your peripheral breaks down to autonomic and somatic. So now we're going to add one more layer to it. All right, from your autonomic, you have two major systems. First one is your parasympathetic. Your parasympathetic. Okay, and this maintains body functions under ordinary conditions. Quote, normal. Okay, so how I always remember it, this is the calms you down. Okay, so your parasympathetic is going to maintain your body function under normal. Right now, are you incredibly stressed? I hope not. I mean, you should be like, oh, we got to get this done because it's important. But you shouldn't be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like sweating profusely. Okay? Your parasympathetic is in control right now. It's kind of calming you down. Okay? Keeping you calm. The other one, which is known as your sympathetic nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system is it prepares the body to react and use energy in times of stress. Increase heart rate, sweating, okay? So, this excites you. That's what I would write. Excites the body. Okay, so in your autonomic, okay, your autonomic nervous system automatically regulates all this stuff. Then it gets broken down into your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is where that tension comes from. You know how when you get stressed, you get that tension that like lurch in your stomach, like, oh my God, here we go. And you start getting like really, like your heartbeat starts racing and all that stuff. That is your sympathetic nervous system getting your body ready to deal with the stress or whatever is coming. Like for instance, have you ever been almost in a car accident? Yeah, that is your sympathetic nervous system. You're like, oh my God, we're gonna die. And then your like whole body like kind of tightens up and your heart's racing and you're like start like sweating in your car. Sympathetic nervous system. After you didn't die and you're like, oh my God, that was like insane. And you're like starting to slow down. That's your parasympathetic nervous system is trying to calm you down. Okay? They work in balance of one another. When the parasympathetic is in full charge, you're very calm. But then when you need to flip the switch, okay, when you're driving and you're just jamming out to your music and you're singing along and you almost get hit by a car, you need your body to respond quickly, correct? That is your sympathetic is going to swing back on and the calm feeling is gone. Okay, now you're dealing with this high tense. Balance is like when you're kind of like, I got to get something done, but I'm not too stressed about it, correct? That is the balance between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, so on your whiteboard, here we go. On your whiteboard, please tell me, I am writing what nervous system am I using? While I'm writing, what nervous system am I using? All right, technically you're not wrong. We're doing subsections now. What nervous system am I using? What is it? Mickey? Somatic, which is a part of your what, Matt? Peripheral. Peripheral's a little too big right now. All right, on your whiteboard, please tell me what is going to transmit information from the central nervous system to the rest of my body, and the rest of the body is then going to send that information to my central nervous system. What am I describing? Yeah, there you go. Good. Madison, what is it? Peripheral nervous system. On your whiteboard, right now your heart is beating. What's controlling that? Good. Tyrese, what is it? Autonomic. On your whiteboard, please tell me. So I'm thinking about like this weekend. I have like such big plans and it gives me so much anxiety. What nervous system is being activated because of my stress? Good. See, to me, doesn't it seem backwards?
Yeah.
Sympathetic, I think low key and chill. It always throws me off. It's always something I have to like consciously like try to remember. Is that sympathetic is like the stressful one. This is your stressing. This is your stressful one. I don't know if that helps you, but sympathetic is your stressful. Your parasympathetic is like your calm. I don't know if that helps or what. Okay. So what is going to cause all my stress, Brittany? Sympathetic. On your whiteboard, please tell me what are the two parts of my central nervous system? Thank you. Good. Peyton, what are they? Brain and spinal cord. On your whiteboard, please tell me. Right now I'm rolling in my chair. What system am I using? Good. Nick, what is it?
Somatic.
Somatic. On your whiteboard, please tell me. When I go to yoga tonight, I hate yoga more than anything, but when we do that like breathing ritual at the end, what system is going to take control and make me feel better? Good. What is it? What is it? Madison. Parasympathetic. All right. There you go. So the nervous system, your peripheral, the faster you learn this, the better your life is going to be because it's going to keep coming back. We'll be talking about your peripheral nervous system again in emotion theories, which is a really nasty time to know it. So make sure you do know that. All right. Everyone is good on your peripheral. See ya. Ooh, we got a lot done. How wonderful. Doesn't it feel good to get a lot done?